Hello toy fans, I'm here with another one of our quick toy openings. Today I'm taking a step away from the Spin Master toys and I'm looking at the Loyal Subjects Predator. Now, if you follow this channel long enough, you know that I'm a huge fan of Predator and Aliens. So if there's something that's going to be Predator or Aliens, I'm probably going to get it. Including the fact that I've gotten pretty much the entire run of the Loyal Subjects Aliens toys, which I don't remember if I've actually done a review of them on this channel. But I have looked at the Loyal Subjects with the Ghostbusters, one of which I had a Club 21 figure of. Now, this particular series, it's going to be focused on Predator 2. And the characters that are within the series all come from that second movie. Now, this, of course, is the City Hunter Predator in mask. And they come in either a windowed box or box that has this portion actually blacked out where you can't see what figure you're getting. And it's kind of come a long ways because when I first started getting the Loyal Subject stuff, I was getting the Masters Universe toys or He-Man, and they were all blind boxes, so you never knew what you were going to get. I kind of like being able to find that I can get something that, you know, like I can finally get a figure that I want to get. The black windowed ones would actually be ones that were either Club 21, rare, or other figures like this, and they had them mixed. So those became a little bit more of a questionable item. But if you wanted anything that was a standard figure, you could find it in a windowed box like this. Now, out of this, you had the City Hunter. You had 2 of every 12 of those, and it came with a skull staff. The Guardian here, which was shown at the very end of the movie, 2 of every 12, and has a spear. Lieutenant Mike Harrington, that has 2 out of every 12, and he came with a shotgun and a magnum. And then the City Hunter Unmasked. This one was 1 out of every 12, and he came with a spear. You also had the Lost Predator that was shown at the very end of the movie. It was every 1 out of 12, and he came with a 4-pronged spear. The Elder, which also shown at the very end of the movie, 1 of every 12, and he had the blunderbuss, which was a gun, the flintlock gun, and that machete. Now you also had over here, you had the Warrior, which was 1 out of every 12, came with a short spear. Another run of the Elder, and I'm not exactly sure what the difference between them are, but there is a color difference, or slight color difference. 1 of every 12. The Warrior that was in grayscale, 1 of every 48. Leona Cantrell, which is one of the main characters, and this is the one that kind of upsets me. 1 out of every 48, you could have got a Leona Cantrell. She came with a handgun. There was also another, it was a metallic Lost Predator, and I see, the metallic Elder and the metallic Lost Predator here. It was just a color difference of that. This metallic one, 1 of every 24, and the Guardian with the battle damage was 1 out of every 24. Now, if you know the series well enough, the Guardian, they actually reused this mask here when you got into Aliens versus Predator. Now, on the back, these were the rare ones. You had the City Hunter Unmasked that had battle damage. That was 1 out of every 96. Lieutenant Mike Harrington in grayscale. That was 1 out of every 96. And then you had your see-throughs. You had the City Hunter Unmasked with the clear white glow in the dark. That was Club 28. The City Hunter Unmasked with the red glow in the dark. That was a Club 28. And then the City Hunter, this was the masked edition. That was a gold edition. And there was only 1 that you would get. So those are like the super rares. For us, we got a kind of a regular figure. Now, let's take this guy out of the box. We need to kind of see what we're dealing with here. I've already popped the top here. And do it without destroying my box. There we go. Open this up. Now, all the figures, when they came out, they had, you know, some sort of decoration in the background. You had this kind of window seating where you could take them out. I'm going to see if I can pop them out without making like a ton of noise. Some of these packages, they're packaged so well. Yeah, there we go. Very cool. yeah, just kind of works on the joints here. And check them out. I like them. You know, one of the things, I dig the ball jointing that they have on these particular figures for the vinyls. I like them. I like they're kind of chibi style, but it's not, you know, ad nauseum. So they're small with big heads, but it's nothing that I'm throwing up about because it still feels a little bit too scale. Here we have the City Hunter Predator, known as Ghost. The City Hunter Predator is a member of the Yautja tribe. He is motivated to travel Los Angeles and hunt down gang members during the heatwave and gang wars of 1997. He eventually comes into conflict with both a government task force attempting to capture him and veteran LAPD detective Lieutenant Mike Carrington. So that was a cool one. I'm surprised they didn't do one with his arm cut off. And of course you got the card with all the different Predators on here, so in case you lose your box, you got that there. Now with him came this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say there's a part of me that's like kind of wondering why out of all the stuff, why get a head with a spine? It's a little awkward. It's a little weird. It's still kind of cool. Like, I know when I did my vinyl Thoughts Predator, I did a Juggle Hunter. I had the bloody Predator. Well, it was like a bloody skull with spine that he was holding. But that was kind of a big call to the movie, the first movie. This one, I don't actually remember him pulling head and spine out of anything. You know, I think, honestly, like, with this particular Predator, we had so many things. Like, we had the spear that he probably should have had, but he also had that disc. And for me, I'd like to have seen the disc or the spear or even, like, the harpoon that he shoots. I think those would have been probably better accessories. But, you know, we did get this head with spine and, of course, hip bone. It's interesting. I'm not quite so sure about it. But being the main Predator, I really feel like having one of his hunting tools would have been a better choice. Now, he does have that ball jointing head up there. The cannon is glued into place, so that doesn't actually move. It's kind of rigid, so you want to be careful with it. He does have some ball joint. It's just a ball jointing. Shoulders that hinder some articulation. He has a swivel hand, and it's slightly open. Ball jointed shoulder, swivel hand over here. Yeah, the ball jointed legs, and then of course there's like it's kind of like a ball jointing in the waist, but it feels more like a swivel, even though it's on a ball. You do have those hinge knees, and then you have those swivel feet as well. And I love the colorization on this. I feel like they did a really good job. Got the harness here where that's supposed to attach to the blade. You've got the gauntlet over here, but the blades aren't out, so that's one thing to keep in mind. One thing I noticed is that there's, I believe, a couple different of these, and I was going to look to see if the Unmasked City Hunter, I think he's got it the same. Like, his gauntlet's open, and you can see all the Yautja lettering in here, like a countdown sort of thing. But then it's left open. It's sculpted open, and it's left open. And that one's like one of those where I'm just kind of a little weirded out by it. I'm not quite sure that I felt like that would have been the best decision. Maybe have it to where they were closed, and then, you know, maybe the Unmasked Predator could have, you know, this open. And maybe he's the one that came with like the spine or the disc, and this one could have come with the spear, because I feel like this spear for him would have been a little more iconic, considering that in the movie and even the movie poster, he's sitting there with the spear up in the air. He's got his mask on and the lightning striking the spear. This accessory, I'm a little confused about. But, you know, all in all, it's a pretty interesting looking action figure. So to kind of compare him with scale with another figure closer from the line, I've got Hudson here from the Aliens run. And one of the things I haven't noticed is the Predator does stand a little bit taller than the aliens figures, which is good because we want them to stand. And body proportion wise they're the same, except they've extended the neck with those rings that makes them a little bit taller. And I dig that. I think it works in the long run. Now I do plan to grab some more of these. You know, you can find them actually pretty much at discount now with Amazon. And they're kind of going the wayside because Loyal Subjects has actually stopped this body type and they've moved on to something bigger and better. So I plan on trying to find as many of these as I can before the series is up and, you know, they've gone away or have priced out of pocket too much. Now that's all I got to say about the masked City Hunter Predator from Loyal Subjects. Remember, they're not dolls. In this case, they're action figures with human anatomy that they use to whack people around with. When I'm not recording videos here on YouTube, I'm actually over on a podcast on marvindogmedia.com called Talking Toys with Taylor and Jeff. It's a really cool toy podcast. Be sure to check it out. Also, I need your help getting my YouTube channel to grow. Be sure to subscribe down below with that big red button. Hit that bell for notifications so you can be alerted of anything that comes from me to you. Like this video, it helps YouTube know that you like what I'm making, and comment down below. I like chatting with you all.